Let's start. Since now we are done with almost like all the compulsory parts for paper one and paper two. We are done with the first two compulsory questions of paper one. We are also done with first two compulsory questions of paper two. And we'll do past papers today. And inshallah, from next week, we'll begin with life in Makkah, which is, I believe, your paper one. Yeah. So I'll try to finish Life in Makkah on Saturday and Sunday, and then Life in Medina on next Saturday and Sunday. So this is how your question three will also end within September. So I plan to complete your syllabus by tentatively by November. Inshallah, let's see how things go. So the first question is write about the following terms and the relationship between them. So it's easy. We did it yesterday. Sanad, matan, musnad, and musannaf. You'll find musnad and musannaf technical. This is like the first time I saw this question as well. It's your 2023 paper, summer 2023. So yeah, starting off, what exactly can we write about sanad and matan? I'm sure by now you now know what sanad and matan are. No? Ishal, do you want to take the lead?
मैम आई एम स्टिल listening to recordings तो बीच ना समझ नहीं आया.
Acha. Ibrahim, do you want to add something? No? So sanad basically is like the chain of narrators, and I talked about the fact your sanad or the chain of narrators of a hadith mubarakah should always go back to Nabi Kareem, right? Because hadiths are the sayings of the Prophet. So we need to make sure that the chain of narrators who are narrating or transmitting the hadith mubarakah, they go back to Nabi Kareem, while matan is the text of your hadith. So whatever, for example, pray as you see me praying is the saying of Nabi Karim. This is hadith mubarakah. So this entire fact that pray as you see me praying or no prayer without al-Fatiha is complete, this is the matan of the hadith. Matan is the text, is the content of the hadith, while sanad is the chain of narrators of that hadith. And we now know that there are several rules which are established to study the sanad and the matan. And through those rules, we are able to determine the authenticity of a particular ahadith mubarakah, right? So you'll have to develop the script on these facts, that what exactly sanad and matan are. You'll write about the fact that these are the components of ahadith mubarakah, and you'll explain what sanad and matan are. You'll then explain that how we have certain and certain rules that are established to confirm the sanad and matan, and eventually they are used to determine the authenticity of any ahadith mubarakah. ठीक है? Clear so far?
Yes ma'am.
ठीक है. Then musnad means supported. We did it yesterday that musnad means supported. And these are like those compilations which are under the name of narrators. For example, we did Imam Hanbal. So there's this musnad of Imam Hanbal. We also did many other imams that have compiled the narrations. And so then there is musannaf. We need to come up with that, while compilations of hadith according to their themes are musannaf, while musnad are the compilations which are under the names of narrators. For example, there could be themes of zakat, there could be themes of hajj, there could be themes of salah. So these are like the themes. So hadith mubarakah based on themes are musannaf, while hadith mubarakah under the names of narrators are musnad. ठीक है? Make sense?
Yes.
ठीक है. So now they're talking that you need to interpret the relationship between them. So what you can write for sanad and musnad is that sanad is the chain of narrators and it is linked to musnad, right? Because musnad are like the compilations which are under the names. So sanad is the same thing, not exactly the same thing. Like sanad means that we need to confirm the chain of narrators, and musnad are the compilations under the name of narrators. So it is linked to musnad, that are the compilations along with sanad lines. And then that
मैम
you are
मैम असनद किससे कनेक्टेड है?
asnad nahi sanad. Sanad
सनद, सॉरी.
Musnad is connected with Musnad. ठीक है, Sanad is the
Okay.
chain of narrators. While Musnad, I said कि Musnad are the compilations of Ahadith Mubaraka under the names of narrators. Like we have different Musnads. For example, Musnad of Imam Hanbal, like Hanbal is a school of thought. So Imam Hanbal compiled Ahadith Mubaraka under the name of Musnad of Imam Hanbal. So Musnad can be linked with Sanad, because sanad is the chain of narrators, and musnad are the compilations along with the sanad lines. Okay?
Yes.
And on the other hand, you can say that matan is linked with musannaf, because matan is the text of the Hadith Mubaraka, and musannaf are the compilations, are the certain compilations which are based upon themes. Okay, so we can think that, for example, no prayer is complete without Al-Fatiha. This is like the matan, and we can compile these Ahadith Mubaraka under musannaf, because musannaf are the compilations of same categories of Ahadith Mubaraka. Okay, so we need to keep the matan in our mind in order to make musannaf compilations. So there may be so many ahadith mubarak on salah. So those will be compiled under musannaf, because musannaf are the compilations based upon same themes. Okay? So I am writing a superficial idea,
जी.
and then you'll have to develop the entire script. Okay? This is going to be a homework. Because now you now know that how are we going to make script. So I'll write the superficial idea. I'll write what I just said, and you need to take a screenshot, and then you'll have to attempt it, because this is the only question that was new to me when I was going through the past papers. This is an absolutely new question, and this may come again as well, because it's important and it's technical. So be careful when you write about this. Okay? So we said that what sanad is. Sanad is the chain of narrators. ठीक है? Sanad is the chain of narrators. And Ibrahim, where does the chain of narrators go back to? The chain of narration should go back to Vishal. The chain of narrators is supposed to go back to
मुस्नद.
no. The chain of narrators is supposed to go back to Nabi Kareem.
Oh.
The transmitters, how are they getting the Ahadith Mubarakah? Their original source should be Nabi Kareem. Okay? It should always go back to Prophet. Make sense?
जी.
For example, certain Sahaba Karam, they heard Ahadith Mubarakah from Nabi Kareem. Then those Sahabas were responsible to transmit or to convey that Ahadith Mubarakah to the new generation of Muslims. So then heard the new generation of Muslims heard that Hadith Mubarak, then they taught it to someone else. So this is how the sanad is being developed. So the original content, the original sanad, the original chain of narration should go back to Nabi Kareem. If I draw this pictorially, then for example, if this is Prophet, then Prophet taught to Sahaba Karam. Okay, this is like the easiest way that I'm teaching. So be careful, because you is not answering and one of you answered wrongly. So the Prophet said something to Sahaba Karam. He taught about certain matters. Sahaba Karam taught that particular Ahadith Mubarakah to new generations of Muslim. Then that new generation of Muslim taught that Ahadith Mubarakah to new Muslims again, because generations do change, right? We get some things from our parents were taught some things by their parents. Then this is how exactly your chain goes back. Okay? So this is your sanad. that if we ask about a particular hadith mubarakah from this generation of Muslim or from this person who belongs to the fourth generation, then he should easily be able to tell us that I have heard this from this person from previous generation, and that person should confirm that I have heard this from Sahaba Karam, and it should go back to Nabi Kareem. Okay? So your chain of narrators should go back to Prophet, and what exactly your matan is? Matan is the content of your Hadith Mubarakah. It's like the sayings of Nabi Kareem. So you can also give example to add weightage that it is the content of a Hadith, it is the text of a Hadith, such as it's the most easiest one that I'm repeatedly saying, that no prayer is complete without Al-Fatiha. So you can also mention in this way that Matan, for example, is no prayer is complete without Al-Fatiha. So this is what our Nabi taught us. And this should have certain and certain sanad. So the sanad should go back to Prophet. ठीक है? No prayer is complete without salah. ठीक है?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is the matan of your ahadith mubarakah. Then you are going to mention what musnad is. Musnad literally means support. So musnad, I taught you ke musnad. I should have written N-A-D. Musnad means support. ठीक है? Support in terms of support in terms, it means ke the compilations are under the names of narrators. Support. It is what should I write? That these compilations are under the names of narrators. Compilations under the names of narrators. So first, what we are doing, first we are explaining all four terminologies, and then we'll make a relation between two of them. A compilation under the names of narrators. So those narrators could confirm that where they have heard a particular ahadith mubarakah from. Narrators. Then musannaf is? Musannaf means that compilations are compiled under themes. Compilations are compiled under themes, okay? Those
Yeah.
could be of anything. It could be of pillars of Islam, compilations of particular themes. It could be pillars of Islam, like you can give again an example, ke compilations under the category of Salah, under the category of Hajj, then Salah, Zakat, inheritance. These are different themes of Islam, right? These are the Sharia laws, Salah, Zakat, inheritance. So there must be a Hadith Mubarak on all of them. So Musannafs are compiled on the basis of themes. Okay? Then you'll write that we have certain rules established which confirm the authenticity of your Hadith. So there are rules to check. You'll mention the rules as well. Rules to check your sanad and your matan. So there are separate rules for matan and there are separate rules for sanad. Rules to check matan and sanad. You'll write all of them. Okay? Then you'll make the relationship between sanad and musnad. And musnad. Are you able to understand?
Yes, miss.
मैम थोड़ी बहुत समझ आ रही है.
क्या समझ नहीं आ रही है? जो समझ नहीं आ रही है पूछे।
अभी वो उनके मीनिंग्स नहीं मुझे याद हुए ना, ये सनद मुस्नद और इन सब के मुसन्नफ के, तो इसलिए मुश्किल हो रही है अभी।
सनद इज द चेन ऑफ नैरेटर्स, ठीक है। ये डायग्राम समझ आई थी जो मैंने बनाई है।
जी।
चेन है, राइट। ये चेन है जो ट्रांसमिशन बता रही है, ट्रांसमिशन को कंफर्म कर रही है। मतन क्या है?
जी।
टेक्स्ट है, जो बोला नबी करीम ने, तो जो बोला वो आपका मतन हो गया। सनद क्या हो गया? कि मैंने ये हदीस मुबारक कितने लोगों से सुनी, यानी कितने लोगों ने इसको ट्रांसमिट करा, और ये ओरिजिनली ये बोला किसने? नबी करीम ने, तो दिस शुड गो बैक टू प्रॉफिट। सो दिस इज द सनद, ठीक है।
जी।
फिर मुस्नद क्या है? कि ऐसी कंपाइलेशंस ऑफ बुक जिसमें मुझे क्लियरली सनद मिल जाए, ठीक है। यानी ऐसे नैरेटर्स के नेम्स हों, ऐसी कंपाइलेशन जिसमें नैरेटर्स के नेम्स हों, वो क्या होती है? मुस्नद। एंड मुसन्नफ क्या होती है? जिसमें कंपाइलेशंस तो होती हैं, हदीस मुबारक होती हैं, पर वो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट थीम्स पर होती हैं। यानी अगर एक कंपाइलेशन है जो सिर्फ सलाह के ऊपर है, यानी सिर्फ नमाज के ऊपर है, तो वो मुसन्नफ हो गई। अगर एक कंपाइलेशन है जो सिर्फ ज़कात के ऊपर है, वो भी मुसन्नफ हो गई, ठीक है।
जी।
तो सनद एंड मुस्नद का रिलेशनशिप क्या होगा? दैट your hadith mubarak are listed under the names of various companions which lead back to prophet peace be upon him. So hadith mubarak, you need to write this relationship is कि hadith what did I say? Hadith are listed under the names of the various companions. जो भी हदीस मुबारक लिखी होती हैं उसके नैरेटर्स दिए हुए होते हैं। हदीस आर लिस्टेड अंडर द नेम्स ऑफ companions, under the names of companions, and they go back to prophet peace be upon him. So if your ahadith mubaraka goes back to Nabi Kareem, then is your ahadith mubaraka authentic? And they go back to prophet. So this confirms the authenticity of your ahadith mubaraka. They go back to prophet. So which means that your ahadith mubaraka is authentic. ठीक है?
Yes.
जी।
And how are you going to link musannaf and matan? So basically you have to develop a proper script, ठीक है? I'm just writing the idea. Yeah, take a screenshot of this and then you need to formulate and then send it on the group ताकि आपकी practice तो हो. Just don't sit and listen, make proper notes, ठीक है? So matan is linked to musannaf compilations because matan is the content of the hadith, while musannaf compilations are categorized on the basis of matan. So musannaf is the compilation based upon matan. So there must be different matans for fasting, for hajj, for inheritance, for salah. So these are linked in musannaf compilations based upon the theme of matan. समझ आ रही है? बच्चों समझ आ रही है?
Yes, ma'am.
यस मैम।
Okay. Based upon theme of matan. ठीक है? So take a screenshot of this and then you'll have 5 days to complete this task. Don't say at the end कि हमने नहीं किया और हमारे पास time नहीं था. You have solid 5 days to complete this one. I'll send the question screenshot on the group, but इसका भी जो है वो आप लें, स्क्रिप्ट का लें, बिकॉज इसका मैं नहीं भेजूंगी. Okay, Lelia?
जी
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let's move towards the B part. B part says, how do compilations of genuine hadith benefit Muslims today? So you need to write 4 pointers for in order to get 4 marks. Okay, we have solid compilations of genuine hadith mubaraka. So can you come up with any answer? Can you just give me one
Miss,
point?
I've got two.
Hmm, go ahead.
Miss, one that today's Muslims can now differentiate between Zaif, also known as the weak hadith, and also the stronger hadith, and that they could also follow the path of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and that the way he used to live, and that the way he used to practice Islam.
Okay, excellent. You can write it as well in your script. And then you can also write ke para point to this is absolutely perfect. Ke, we can get guidance on the matters of belief and practice Islam without any hint of doubt. Because like I said, that Quran gives us commands, while the explanation to how to implement those commands is given by Ahadith Mubarakah. So since we get absolute guidance on matters of belief and practices, we do not have any doubts in our mind. Then we know okay, which of the Hadith Mubarakah is forged or which of the Hadith Mubarakah is weak. And then we can also write the fact that Hadith Mubarakah is the primary source of Islamic law. And what else can we write? We can write that through Ahadith Mubarakah and through following Ahadith Mubarakah sayings, we can promote unity amongst Muslims. And this is it. Okay? One of A, you can write that we can get primary sources of this is like a primary source of Islamic law. So we get proper guidance. We know how to live a life as per the footsteps of Nabi Kareem. We can write that we get guidance on matters of belief without any doubt, and that we do not have to we do not have to make effort to sift between weak or fabricated hadiths from the sound hadith mubarakah, because our previous imams and all those great scholars, they have already made our lives easier. If we think in that way, okay, those compilers, they had to sift between weak, fabricated and authentic hadith mubarakah. So but now we unanimously we agree on the sahih hadith mubarakah, and this has promoted unity amongst Muslims. And this is how you're going to compile your answer. Okay. So now let's take 10 minutes namaz break. I'll open the room at 7:36.
जी
Okay, Miss.